Now the question number 1, microwaves are used in. So the options are given like that. In which option is correct here? Radar is correct. Microwaves are used in radars. Why? Because microwaves are having very short wavelength, that is 10 to the power of -3 meters to 0.3 meters. For this reason, they do not bend or diffract around the corners of any obstacle coming in their path. Therefore, microwaves can be transmitted as a beam in a particular direction better than the radio wave, that is wavelength of that one is greater than 0.1 meter. So that's why the microwaves are used in radar. Now the question number 2, the lower half of the vessel of depth of the vessel is 2d centimeters is filled with a liquid of refractive index mu1 and upper part of the liquid of refractive index mu2. The apparent depth of the vessel can be seen perpendicularly. So here this is the vessel. The depth of the vessel we are taking 2d up, that is half part of this one is filled with the refractive index mu1, half part is nothing but d by, that is 2d, this one is d, and remaining half part is filled with the mu2, that is also d. Here this is d and this is d, and which can be seen through here from this is I, perpendicularly we are observing this one. What is the apparent depth? So here d apparent is equal to d1 divided by mu1 and d2 divided by mu2, but here d divided by mu1 and d divided by mu2. So here d as common, 1 by mu1 plus 1 by mu2 is equal to d common, LCM mu1 mu2, here mu1 plus mu2. So which option is correct here? This one. So the d apparent is equal to d times mu1 plus mu2 divided by mu1 into mu2. So which option is correct here? D times 1 by mu1 plus 1 by mu2. So option B is correct. Now the question number 3, the energy stored in a coil of inductance L carrying a steady current I in the form of magnetic, electric, both magnetic or electric, or D heat energy. So which option is correct here? So first of all, one thing we have to remember this one. What is that here? Energy stored in a coil at inductance L that carrying steady current I is given by. So that means first of all, energy stored in coil is given by E is equal to half Li square. So in this one, E is equal to half Li square. Inductance means what is that here? We are giving the magnetic energy. So that energy stored in the coil in the form of which energy? That one, magnetic energy. This is very important one. So that means which option is correct here? Option A is correct. Now the question number 4, a resistance of resistor R is connected between the terminals of cell of EMF E and internal resistance small r. If I current through the circuit, the terminal PD of cell is given by how much? Terminal voltage is required. So first of all, we have to draw the diagram like this. In that, this is the EMF and it is the internal resistance of the battery, and here R is the resistance externally connected. Here V is the potential voltage, which is present in between the ends of the resistance, and here V dash is the potential for this battery. So first of all, we know this one. Actually E is equal to this V plus V dash, but here from Ohm's law, V is equal to the current which flows, no, that is IR, and V dash is equal to I into small r. But here E is equal to what is that? V means what is that? IR plus I small r. So in between those two, I is equal to what happens here? E divided by big R plus small r. This is very, very important one. This is the current we are flowing through the circuit. So here potential difference PD is equal to what is that? V is equal to I into R. V is equal to I means what is that? E by capital R plus small r into R. But one thing remember here, terminal voltage, that is V is equal to E minus V dash. So that means E minus V dash is nothing but how much here? I into small r, internal resistance. So this is the terminal voltage. So whenever we are taking here minus, we are getting, no, this is discharging. Suppose V is equal to E plus I into small r, this is charging. So that means which option is correct here? It is connected. So that's why V is equal to E minus I r is correct. So option B is correct. Now the question number 5. When a body slides down an inclined plane with a coefficient of friction mu, then its acceleration will be. So options are given like that. When the body which is coming in the downward direction, we know that A time, that is A is equal to G times sin theta minus mu cos theta. Already we know the option, but how it came? So first of all, a body which is sliding down in the inclined plane, which this is the theta here. When it is coming in the downward direction, means weight acting in this direction, mg sin theta component this side and mg cos theta component this side, and normal reaction this side and frictional force this side. That means body movement this side means frictional force that side and acceleration this side. So here applying the Newton's second law of motion, that is what happens in this case here. It is coming in the downward direction. So that means mg sin theta minus frictional force is equal to m into a acceleration. But here what is frictional force? That is mu into normal reaction. That means mu into normal reaction means what is that here? Mg cos theta. These two are balanced. So that means substitution here, mg sin theta minus mu mg cos theta is equal to m into a. M cancel here. G sin theta minus mu g cos theta is equal to a, but here acceleration is equal to g common sin theta minus mu cos theta. So which option is correct here? Option A is correct. Now the question number 6. The limit of resolution of an oil immersion objective microscope of numerical aperture 0.8 for light wavelength 0.6 micrometers is how much? So first of all, we have to calculate the limit of resolution of oil immersion and objective microscope. So here first of all, given what is that here? Numerical aperture. Numerical aperture is nothing but NA is equal to 0.8, and they used the wavelength lambda is equal to 0.6 micrometers. But here which one we want to calculate here? Limit of resolution. Limit of resolution is equal to lambda divided by 2 times numerical aperture. So lambda means what is that here? 0.6 divided by 2 into numerical aperture, how much here? 0.8. So now calculation of this one, that is 6 divided by 2 into 8. 6 divided by 2, 8 is 16. On simply 2, 8 is 16. On simplification of this one, we are getting 3 here. 3, that is 2 3s are 6. 2 8 is 16. So that's why 3 by 8 micrometers. Which option is correct here? Option B is correct. Now the question number 7. 4 point masses each of mass capital M are placed at its corners of the square of side L, and the moment of inertia of the system about its one of its diagonal is how much? So here square of length L means all the 4 sides, that is length L only here, and 4 sides A, B, C, D corners, masses M, M, M each are placed here. It is the diagonal. It is length. L, L means what is the diagonal length? L root 2. Half of the diagonal length is L by root 2. So which one we want to calculate here? The moment of inertia of system about one of its diagonal. So one of its diagonal is nothing but I, A, C, moment of inertia is equal to IA plus IB plus IC plus ID. So it is taken as origin. So that's why it is should not be gets considered. That means if you are taking the moment of inertia, any one of the diagonal is nothing but like this we are taking the moment of inertia. So that means this point and this point becomes 0. So that means what happens here? IA is 0 plus IB is nothing but from here M. Here R square is nothing but what is that here? This distance is L by root 2. So that means L by root 2 whole square, and IC 0, and ID it is also M into L by root 2 whole square. So here M L square divided by 2 plus ml square divided by 2. 2ml square divided by 2 means what happens here? ml square. So which option is correct here? Option B is correct. Now the question number 8. A flywheel starts from rest and rotates at a constant acceleration of 2 radians second to the power of -2. The number of revolutions that it makes in first 10 seconds is how much? So first of all, initial angular velocity, the flywheel starts, that is omega naught is equal to 0. Why? Because it is starting from rest. Then alpha angular acceleration, alpha is equal to 2 radians second to the power of -2, which completes, that is t is equal to 10 seconds. The number of revolution that it makes in first 10 seconds we have to calculate. The displacement is required. How much displacement it will takes place? So that is theta is equal to omega naught into t plus half alpha t square. So that means theta is equal to this omega naught becomes 0, no? So that's why that is 0 plus half into 2 into 10 into 10. 2 gets cancelled. So theta is equal to 100 radians. So that means we want to calculate which one here? Number of revolutions. To calculate the number of revolutions, that is theta divided by 2 pi. So that means angular displacement divided by which one here? 2 pi. So why 2 pi here? 360 degrees. Why? Because the flywheel rotates in 360 degrees. So that means theta is equal to how much here? 100 divided by 2 pi. That means 2 into 22 by 7. So that means 100 into 7 divided by 44. So that means 700 divided by 44. That is nearly equal to 15.9 and nearly is equal to 16 revolutions. So which option is correct here? Option A is correct. Now the question number 9. 4 closed surfaces S1, S2, S3 and S4 together with charges plus Q, minus Q and minus 2Q are shown. Through which one of the surfaces the net flux is 0? To calculate the net flux is 0, we should know one theorem, that is Gauss law. That is Gauss law is nothing but net flux through surface is equal to charge enclosed by epsilon naught. So charge enclosed in surface, how you will see? So first of all, we will take this surface 1. So that means S1. So in S1, what are the charges are present here? Plus Q, minus Q and minus 2Q. See this. This is the surface S1. Plus Q, minus Q and minus 2Q is present. Suppose if you are taking net charge enclosed here. So QQ cancel, minus 2Q is there, no? So that's why it should not be possible. And S2. If you are taking the surface S2, plus Q minus Q only there. So that means charge enclosed plus Q minus Q, what happens here? 0. So that means there is a possibility of chance of S2. Next, if you are taking S3, so S3 is nothing but this is that one. That means minus 2Q and plus Q. Net charge, what happens here? It should not be 0. And taking S4, S4 what is that here? Minus 2Q. So here also there is no possibility of chance of 0. So where there is a possibility of chance of 0, here net flux through the surface, charge enclosed is becomes 0 in S2. So that's why what happens here? S2 is equal to charge enclosed is 0 divided by epsilon naught. This becomes 0. So which option is correct here? Option B, that is S2 surface, the charge enclosed is 0. Now the question number 10. On producing the waves of frequency 1000 Hz in Kunz tube, the total distance between 6 successive notes is 85 centimeters. Then the speed of sound in the gas filled in the tube is how much? So here which one we want to calculate? Speed of sound in the gas. So speed is equal to frequency into lambda. So here frequency into lambda is nothing but what is that? Here frequency is given, but we want to calculate the wavelength. How you will calculate the wavelength? Here 6, they gave here 6 successive nodes. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here antinodes are there. So the distance between node to node, how much here? Lambda by 2. Here how many possibilities are there? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So that means what is that here? 5 lambda by 2 is equal to, what is the distance is given here? 85 centimeters. So that means lambda is equal to 2 into 85 centimeters is nothing but 0.85 meters. So 0.85 divided 0.85 divided by 5, on simplification of this one 0.34 meters. And also the frequency is given, f is equal to 1000 hertz. So which one we want to calculate? Speed of sound in gas. So speed of sound in gas. So v is equal to f lambda. So f is how much here? 1000 into wavelength, that is 0.34, multiplication of that 340 meters per second. So which option is correct here? Option B is correct.